Welcome, everybody, back to another episode of Wire2Wire Sports Podcast. I'm the NFL genius, Sheen Walzak. In the upper left corner, we have Kent State's own, Cleveland's own, Mr. College Cottrell.
Gents, how are we feeling? Another week closer.
Today.
What'd you say?
You got a Mr. today. I had a MR period.
I did hear that. But we are another week closer to football, whether it be college, whether it be pros. I'm excited. It's August. Like, I feel like this is the best time of the year right here.
October is the best time of the year. Make that very clear. You're in. I'm not kidding. You're in playoff baseball. The NBA is about to start. You're full-fledged college football and NFL. It's the only time of the year where you can have the sports like every equinox, where every sport is being played at the same time.
And I suppose it just so happens. I suppose it just so happens that is your month of birth, and I
have no idea what you're talking about. What are we talking about right now? It also the month of the birth of the NFL genius. In the upper right corner, we have Scholastic Shally, Uncle Shally. I think he was jealous that Cottrell keeps calling on here every week with the Ohio State in the background. So now we have a UM behind Shally, Scholastic Shally, Uncle Shally, Mr. Willie Shallcross.
Just waiting for you to officially declare your Penn State fandom. And stick with it.
I'm Penn State through and through. I told you this. You knew this already, though.
It's almost time for you to pick your second team of the season, though.
Well,
it's always looked forward to. It's a big announcement.
You got to understand something, though. It's Penn State and the team I picked to win the national champion. Possibly this year, I could pick Penn State.
You could.
Do you see what I'm saying there? You catch
my possible. You could do that.
We got a lot to get into today.
All your eggs in one basket there, though.
I put all the eggs, multiple, one basket. I don't want to give that away yet. Why are we doing this? Don't. You guys are already starting talking shit. I didn't ask for this today. I'm sharing out the groups. I'm multitasking, and you guys are sitting here busting my goddamn balls.
You'll be all right.
All right, we got a lot to get into today. We're gonna start with a little hot wire action. Cottrell, lead us in.
Absolutely. So this week, little off the rails, I guess, a bit. We'll start with the news, like biggest news, and that is that the UFC has struck a deal with Paramount and CBS. The deal is worth up to $7.7 billion, and they have essentially effectively gotten rid of the pay-per-view model. If you have a Paramount subscription, you will be able to see all of the UFC events there, and the rumors are that the numbered events may be getting lowered. The number of events per year may be getting lowered. May only be getting 4 big-time numbered events per year there, but those are actually expected to be on CBS. So wanted to get your guys' thoughts and reactions to this monster UFC deal that they struck with Paramount and CBS.
I mean, it's great for UFC. Yeah, Chow, you start. I apologize.
No, I mean, you're good. No, I mean, listen, I'm going to agree with Gina. I think it's great. I mean, how many times I'll say in the last 2 years have we sat here and been like, hey, headliners, I really don't want to pay $60 to watch the rest of it. And I think with all the money getting pumped in, I think, to Cottrell's point about being less numbered events, I think what it's going to let them do is really build those cards. And now, every time we actually get a UFC event where it's, 320 or whatever it is, I think those cards are going to be more stacked, which overall, I think in the end all be all, I think it's better for the fighters, because a lot of those guys do get paid based upon views and stuff like that. And it's gonna be greater for the fans. Again, we're gonna talk about the UFC card, this weekend a little bit. Again, great headliner fight. Do I want to pay $60 to watch the rest of it? No, I don't. So I think we're gonna eliminate a lot of that. Overall, I think it's great for the fans. It's great for the UFC. It's a great deal for the UFC. I think they're going to get back to the roots a little bit, kind of where it all started and where all their material was very accessible. So, he said, I already got Paramount, so I'm happy. But if not, you can buy that, and you're going to get every fight they have. So, I think it's a great move on both sides. I think you're going to see stuff. I think you'll see stuff on CBS on certain Saturdays when. If there's not, if there's a lull in football or that dead period when we kind of get into the new year, I think they'll throw big cards on normal CBS, 10 o'clock at night and go up against, basketball and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be really interesting what they do and how they program it. But overall, I don't think there's a downside to it at all.
I'm fired up about it because I know this Saturday night I'll be spending money to watch Khamzat Chimaev handle friggin' business, and I would prefer not to. I already have a Paramount Plus subscription. Just watching it before. I am fired up about that. I don't want to keep spending money, especially on bad cards, right? And I'm one of those guys that will drive me nuts if I pirate a card. It's not pirated. I don't give a shit. But if I pirate a card and then it freezes on the fight I want to watch, that drives me nuts. I'll be so pissed off. So I'm looking forward to DDP getting DDT'd by Khamzat Chimaev this weekend. But we'll get into that later. The rest of that card sucks. We don't even have to talk about the rest of the card. The rest of the card stinks. Michael Venom Page versus Jared Cannonier. That's all we're talking about. It's it. It's Khamzat. But it's great for the UFC. It's great for Paramount.
So, I think obviously it's a great deal for the UFC, and to just kind of put it in perspective, for a lot of other people there, the deal they signed with ESPN was for $1.1 billion, and it was over the course of 7 years. And, that's the deal that's going to be expiring, and then they're going to be moving over to Paramount. And I think not only is this a good deal for the UFC, but I think as a whole, most people can agree that the UFC fighters are criminally underpaid for what they do, especially in comparison to boxing. So, I think this will open the door for a lot of those guys to get bigger checks. And, we all ultimately see a lot of big fights there, but I think you may even see more fights that are, huge and things like that, because people are going to get paid. I don't think it's any coincidence that John Jones is now in the testing pool now that the UFC is, getting this kind of deal and going to have this kind of exposure. Now, of course, I think the UFC card at the White House helps that a ton, but you throw all these factors in, I think you're going to start to see more and more guys actually want to fight in the UFC there, or just fight, on a big time card and not be afraid of, what could potentially be on the other side there. So I think it's a great deal for the UFC. And even if that means that we get less numbered events, if you're telling me that every single one of those, if you're only doing 4 numbered events per year, every single one of those cards should be absolutely stacked. We should be getting International Fight Week caliber cards every single numbered event. And so if that's the case, I'm 100% here for it. And I think this is a deal that's going to help even the casual kind of fan get more into the UFC. Because if you're giving me fight nights, like if this card upcoming Saturday was a fight night, it would be a really good fight night card. But for it to be a numbered pay-per-view event, it definitely does stink. But I think it's ultimately a good deal for the UFC. And, I'm looking forward to it coming to fruition in 2026.
Fired up. What's next?
All right. So next thing up, we got Shohei Ohtani back in the news for the wrong reasons here. So Shohei Ohtani and his agent are being sued after sabotaging a $240 million real estate project in Hawaii. A Hawaii real estate broker says that Ohtani and his agent exploited their celebrity leverage to get the broker fired from the luxury housing development. Again, I said Shohei Ohtani back in the news for the wrong reasons. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts and reaction to this news coming about here. Are we expecting the agent to just take the fall and Shohei is just the front man for the money, or what are we thinking here?
This is not news. This is not news. This is irrelevant news. This real estate broker was annoyed that he got fired because he didn't treat the client right, and this is not news. This is irrelevant news. And I understand it. The thing is, Shohei Ohtani got away with something. Did he get away with something? I don't know as far as the gambling thing. So we're like, kind of like, we'll figure out a way to paint a bad picture on him. And listen, I've said this and I'll say it again. If it ever comes out that Shohei through games had his hand in the gambling, and I can see that and I believe that, I will trash him. But this is not news. And if the gambling thing didn't happen 2 years ago, this wouldn't be a thing. This wouldn't even be a conversation. Just my opinion. Not news.
This is starting to turn into the proverbial where there's smoke, there's fire type, John, for me. I'm firmly in the conspiracy camp that Shohei knew what was going on in the gambling ring. And now this is another situation where a lot of money was involved, and Shohei and his agent are not on the right side of this one either. So see how it plays out. From everything, I will lead by saying I didn't read a lot, but what I could read by a couple people that were, of the right mind and sound, and as in they have legal experience and things of that nature. Reading recaps on this today, this guy absolutely has a case. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it plays along as it goes through court, but from everything I read, they kind of breached contracts and started bullying people around and getting people fired on purpose because they didn't like them. And again, I don't think it's quite.
You got to read more of this, bro. You have to read more.
I read all of it, bro.
You just said you couldn't. You literally said 30 seconds ago, I didn't read all of it.
I said I didn't read. No, I said from what I read of the people that had legal expertise.
Please back me up.
That were summing it up.
I didn't read all of it. Is that
not what I just said?
Control. He said I did not read all of it.
I'm going to keep going. From what I read from the people who had legal expertise, which doesn't include you, they all said the guy has a case. So there's a huge breach of contract issue. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. So, like I said, we'll see how it goes through. We'll go through the court system, but if he gets banged up on this one, we'll see how the narrative turns around on Shohei here.
I don't even like Shohei, and you're making me defend him twice.
So you're naive to think you have anything to do with the gambling thing. I mean, that's on you.
I don't know about the gambling thing. I wish that I understood a little bit more than speculation and like a thought process. Like, do I think it's stupid that he allowed that much money to go in and out of his account without him knowing about it? Do I think that's like unreasonable to think that? Sure. I think that it's just a weird thing where money goes in and out of your account and you don't know that. Like, there's smoke there, right? I'll fully admit that. I've always admitted that. I just don't fully understand it. But this is like, do you know why? Yeah, just for fun. Do you know why they recruited Shohei? Do you understand, like, why the project, like, what happened?
I do. They recruited him because of his celebrity and to promote it. And then he was also going to buy one of the properties as part of the package. Yes, I'm aware of what the situation was.
They wanted him to promote it to the Japanese community, which is what, like, this development was supposed to be for. So, like, the thought process was, like, Shohei lives here. Shohei, promote this. Get your people in. Shohei wanted a portion of ownership of it. There's like a whole like back and forth, like how this happened. They brought Shohei in. They used his celebrity. Shohei's like, you're using my celebrity to make a lot of money. And the guy got into it with them. And Shohei's like, I don't like the way the guy, him and his agent, I don't like the way they spoke to me. I don't like the way they're treating me. Get them out of here or we're walking. We're done. I don't care if there's a contract. I'm not dealing with this bullshit. You guys are using and abusing me. And that's what happened. Now,
like literally the basic term of breach of contract.
Correct. Yes. And I agree that there's probably a breach of contract. Sure. But it's the same breach of contract that if Verizon promises me something on my account and they don't give it to me and I stop paying the bill and I go into arbitration and fight them over A, B, and C. It's a breach of contract. Sure, I signed for it, but they dealt in bad faith. And it's kind of bullshit. And I'm not trying to stick up for Shohei because I don't really care. But this isn't a story if there wasn't a gambling problem 2 years ago. And Control, you need to have my back because you heard the beginning of his monologue. You heard it. Am I the only one that heard that? I will replay that shit. I will screen record it. I didn't read all of it from what I read. That was the line I locked into.
And you're leaving out the second part. I said, from what I read of the people who had legal expertise. You just shut it off because you wanted to start screaming.
I just was giving you like the portion of the sentence that I locked into.
I will say I can neither confirm nor deny what the end of that was, but I did hear the beginning portion of it, of not hearing the entire story there. That's not to say it didn't happen, but I'm saying what I heard, it did leave, it left some questionable pieces there. Left a lot to be desired, per se. But Gene, to your point though, I think, and I feel like this is just one of those things where normally you're the kind of guy that is where there's smoke, there's fire. Yes. Like I remember like just a few weeks ago per se, like we were talking, and these aren't apples to apple situations, but we're talking about Kelsey Plum and, the whole Caitlin Clark thing and, the history behind everything and things like that. And the culmination of events. And it's like, all right, now I can come to this conclusion here. So, I mean, I think as a whole, like if this was the standalone story, you're probably right. Like we're not talking about it, but I do think we are bringing this up here because of that. And I do think that matters because it's like, all right, well, if, he was throwing, from what a lot of people think, throwing the interpreter under the bus and, was involved in this. Now this is happening with someone else, with an agent. And
you're
of course,
spinning the first line though. If he was throwing the interpreter under the bus, that's not what happened. The interpreter got caught and didn't throw Shohei under the bus. The entire world wanted to throw Shohei under the bus, but the interpreter didn't. He didn't. Shohei's like, I had nothing to do with it. That's all he said. He didn't say that guy's a piece of shit. He didn't say, like, he just said,
I'm saying throw him under the bus in the sense of the guy goes to jail. Like, we don't hear anything about, again, we talked about this a few weeks ago. MLB did their investigation, and a couple weeks later, Shohei is all cleared, and we really don't hear about it again until the guy gets sentenced.
Can I play devil's advocate and give you a hypothetical?
Sure.
All right, so me and you were in a car, right?
Okay.
And let's just pretend I'm a celebrity and you're my guy. You're my interpreter. Okay.
Okay.
And we get into a situation at a party or at a bar, and we both get into a fight, and you take the fight a little bit too far, and you end someone, you unalive a human being, right?
Okay.
And they arrest you, and they're like, "Well, was Gene there?" And you're like, "No, I did it. I did it." And I get in there, but it's like we're mad at Shohei for being like, "Well, I was there too. I did it too. So arrest me also." Like we're mad at him for not saying that. Did he know about it? Probably. Was he involved? I don't know. But like, we can't be mad at him for like not being like, yeah, throw me out of baseball forever. I don't want this $700 million contract.
No, here's the thing though, that you're leaving out. Here's the part that you're leaving out though. If you gave me a weapon to unalive said person, then that's the comparison here to Shohei. Okay, Shohei had fair. All this. Shohei had all this money. But when you do that, you're an accomplice, and you also would be going to prison in said situation. I'm saying in this case, Shohei got to say, "Oh no, this had nothing to do with me," and then turn his head and continue on with his life.
I mean, he didn't. You're right, and I agree with what you said. I think that the weapon thing, you can add that. I give you said weapon. I don't care if I give you said weapon. You got caught. I didn't get caught. You
The more-
chose not to throw me under the bus. Why am I going to just openly do it and be like, hey, I did it too? Like, that's dumb.
That's fine, but it doesn't make you innocent.
Correct. You're right. I don't disagree with that.
So then we're all on the same page here.
Okay.
Right?
We're on 100% the same page. I'd love your opinion on this situation. Because if you read this story to me seems like nonsense. They abused the fact that he was the biggest Japanese star. They wanted to create a Japanese community. They used Shohei. Shohei's buying a property here. Bring your people. Bring your high investors, Shohei. You got all this money. And then he's like, well, I want a portion of ownership. You're using the shit out of me. And the guy goes, screw you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. And Shohei's like, I'm not dealing with him anymore. I don't care what the contract says. That's essentially the layman's terms of what happened.
And again, I understand the idea of what is happening here. Like,
okay,
I think that part is clear. I'm more so of the mindset, like, is this going to, when I say, is he going to throw his agent like under the bus here? I'm more so saying, like, is it going to come out that, oh yeah, I mean, I didn't care if I was getting paid, more for this, or was it just like my agent got greedy here? Like I just give them the money. They wanted me to make some appearances and do this and do that. Then, so be it. But I don't really know the terms and conditions of said contract. My agent said I should have been getting more money, so I asked for more money. That's what I'm talking about when I say, is this going to be something where Shohei throws, this other guy under the bus here? Because I mean, if we're being honest, right now we're in the thick of the MLB season. Shohei is having an MVP-esque season right now. So, like, would it be crazy to say that he may not know exactly what's going on because he's focused on his season right now? I think that's very possible. But given the history of the shadiness of what happened a couple years ago, I'm very curious to see where this ultimately ends up.
Okay. So before we get off the Shohei topic, I do want to ask you guys a question. And I mean this when I say this. If Shohei continues on a normal trajectory, like he doesn't fall off a cliff and gives you 7 to 10 more years of what he's been giving you.
Like, okay. Like
what he's been doing. Like, he might digress a little bit. He might have a really great season where he had 60. He might hit 35 one year. He might get injured. Like a normal progression from where he's at right now. Let's just say he pitches moderately. Maybe wins 100 games. 120 his whole career.
He's not going to win that many games.
Well, if he pitches for the next 7, 10 years.
He can't stay healthy now. He's not going to go start winning 18 games a year.
I think Shohei Ohtani is going to go down as the greatest baseball player ever to play the game.
I disagree.
Okay, so like who is your greatest baseball player ever to play the game right now?
Peak for peak is the conversation is going to be there.
Peak, he's already number one. I don't want to argue that. I don't want to argue weird stuff. He had 50 seasons.
He's 31 now. So
let me say his numbers won't be.
There's only one person whose numbers have gone up at the end of their 30s decade, and that guy cheated to do it. So it's as good as Ohtani is, and I'm not bringing that into it. And the odds of him staying healthy past, say, 35 or 36 and still hitting 40 to 45 a year are not good. So it's what do you get out of him the next 4 years? And does he stay healthy for all those years? I think you're looking at however you slice it, you're looking at one of the greatest players to ever play. Is he the greatest? I mean, I think if the pitching would have held up, I think you could have.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You could have really made a case for it, but I mean, now he's a DH. It's really what he is. Are you going to tell me he's a more valuable baseball player than Willie Mays? No, sorry.
So Willie's your one?
Willie's the best all-around player, in my opinion.
I agree with you. I think Willie's my one, too.
You know who your one is.
No, my one's Willie Mays, 100%.
No, your one is Barry Bonds on steroids.
100%. That's actually that's a fact. But no one can dispute that. There's no dispute. Barry Bonds on steroids was the greatest baseball player ever. And if you have an argument against it, you're wrong.
Well, I mean, there's not an argument per se, but if you let Pujols start juicing when he was 35, like what would he have done? Like you don't know what any of those guys look like. So I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just not playing the hypothetical game. What I'm saying is Barry Bonds on steroids was the greatest baseball player ever. Did he cheat to do it? Absolutely. Did Michigan cheat to get wins? Absolutely. It happened.
Facts are facts.
Rumor is there's gonna be a lot of sad people in a couple days, so we'll see.
We'll see. I'm having fun. I'm just kidding. But I just wanted to get your opinion on that. And if Willie Mays is your greatest of all time, I'm with you because you valued the defense. What I was going to pick apart was if you gave me like the Babe Ruth line or you gave me the Ted Williams line, I was going to be like, well, Ted Williams was basically a traffic cone in left field. Like he wasn't a very good defensive player. Greatest hitter ever. Babe Ruth.
He wasn't a traffic cone, but yeah.
I mean, he wasn't great.
He wasn't. I mean, he wasn't. Again, he wasn't a Gold Glove.
No.
As a player, but he wasn't a traffic.
He was a step above Kyle Schwarber. Like, let's call it like it is.
So as far as Shohei goes, because I did want to look at his numbers to ultimately see there. I mean, of course, we got to see this. I mean, we're going to obviously see his entire career kind of play out there. But I'm just saying, like, looking back at it, he's at 268 home runs right now. Like, obviously, if he's probably got
he's going to end up between
15 more this year or so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's going to end up somewhere between, 500 to 600 home runs, and his average is going to be crazy, of course. But like looking back at history, are we going to say, and again, we know he's better than this, but looking at it from the history side of things, are we going to say this guy with 530 home runs and, I mean, career, I would imagine 300, 310 maybe at best batting average. Are we going to say that guy is the best ever?
His average is going to start going down. But
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying at absolute best, we're going to be looking at him like 3 years.
And he was a Cy Young candidate in one of those years is absurd. So if he can get back to being a normal pitcher, and that's what they paid him to be, then I think that what we're saying can change.
I think also what hurt him is why he started in the majors. He started here when he was 26?
26, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, if he takes the normal route and say he comes up when he's 20 or 21, like Bryce and Trout did, now you're having a different conversation. Because now that 600 is probably pushing 700. And then if you throw in, to Gene's point, 150 wins on the mound, now it's a really tough argument against it. But
that's what I was getting into.
Listen, baseball needs somebody to break it that's clean. And a lot of people thought, Bryce would be able to make a run at it because he was so young. Trout, and then you've seen what happened to him the last couple of years.
Oh, the home run record?
Yep.
Shohei's not breaking that.
No, I agree. I'm saying he's not going to get there because 6 years is a lot of time.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
All right, gents.
Bring it up. Let's go. I'm fired up for this.
Last one here. Not really news, but something fun. So Gene sent it over to our group message. Like, where are you going? You got $15, and there's a bunch of different sporting events here. I think you got 25 different sporting events. So I'm going to go ahead, switch over. We all made a list using the $15, and I'll bring it up here. Gene, what were you going to say?
I just want to preface the rules.
Okay.
All right. The rules are this, right? You don't have to take one from each column. You got $15 to spend. Like, just to be clear, I almost took one from each column, but when it was all said and done, there were so many things I wanted to do that I spent $15. That's what I did. Right. And I'll be able to explain mine. And, obviously you guys can explain yours, but like, it's $15. We're going to post this on the page. We're going to see what you guys think. I want you guys to comment on this. $15 to spend for your bucket list of sports. Now, I've already went to a Red Sox game in Fenway, so I took that off my list.
Yes, I've been to some of this stuff already.
Well, it's fine. You can take it off you can go again. It's $15 to spend. This is your bucket list. That's what I want to get into.
Okay. Who wants to go first here?
I'll go last.
Okay. Good control. Why don't you start us off?
All right, so I got my list here. Number one, I'm $5. $5 has to get spent. Going to Super Bowl. Got to get to a Super Bowl game. Obviously, it's the pinnacle of professional football there. Absolutely need to see a Super Bowl. And I will preface this list as well, just because I'm starting here at the 5. I did actually pick one from each column here because it's just how it worked out. But
Fair. I almost did.
Number from the $4 column for me. You guys know me. I got to go to Ohio State, Michigan. I have not yet been to one. This is probably the number one thing on my list here of things that I want to do. Got to go to a year where, you know, the matchup is absolutely incredible. Of course, in Ohio State would be absolutely awesome to go to. And then going down to the $3 column here, sticking with the trend, sticking with football, Rose Bowl matchup, the most beautiful stadium in all of college football. A matchup there, especially if you can get a traditional matchup where you have a Big Ten team playing there. Would absolutely love to see it, but really anytime getting to see a football game in the Rose Bowl would be absolutely incredible. $2 option here. I am rolling with the NBA Finals. Now, it's not that high on my list of prestige or things that I necessarily have to go to here, but with only $3 left here, I did want to have at least 2 options of things to go to. Not really interested in the Packers or Red Sox or Cubs. I mean, of course, would want to get there someday or whatever, but all those are just sound like regular season matchups. NBA Finals is competing for a championship there, so roll with that. And then from the $1 option, I was really torn between 2, Little League World Series and going to the Iron Bowl. Ultimately, pick the Iron Bowl, one of the best rivalries in all of college football there. Yeah, that rounds out my 15.
College control went very heavy college.
Absolutely. World Series is better.
Shall you want me to go or do you want to go last?
I'll go last. If you well, I'm assuming you're ready to go. So
I'm fired. I'm EA Sports. So I will start. I did something very similar to Cottrell, right? And I'm going to preface this. I want to go to the Super Bowl, and I want the Eagles to be in the Super Bowl. Like it's my $5, and I'm watching the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl, and I'm going to be a rich man. This is my bucket list, right? I'm going to be in one of those boxes. Now, I won't be at the 50-yard line. I won't, but I might be at the 40. I might be at the 35. But I want to be in one of those boxes where a comfortable seat watching the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. That's my $5 option. That's my bucket list, and I'll live in it any way I want.
That's a good bargain. $5 to equal Super Bowl in the lounge. Can't beat it.
Exactly. I skipped the entire $4 row. Skipped it. I have very little interest to go to a Stanley Cup playoff game, Stanley Cup game at all. I don't want to go to Wimbledon. The World Series was tempting, and Duke UNC was tempting. Michigan, Ohio State, they're not my team. I actually hate both of them, so I don't care that much. Like, I'd rather watch it on TV. You guys know where I'm going in the $3 option. I'm going to the Rose Bowl. This is absolute bucket list for me. I want to go. I want to be there at the second half kickoff, and I want to see the sun going down in California. Like, I want to be there for that, and I want it to be Penn State. And I want to go see a Rose Bowl game with Penn State in it at that stadium. Like, if I ever hit it big, boys, I'm sending you plane tickets, hotel tickets, and us three are going to the damn Rose Bowl. That's what we're doing. Hotel accommodations paid for by Mr. Walzak. Then over. Rose Bowl. So I'm at $8. So what I did was I went nuts at the $2 realm. Why give a $4 when I could have 3 $2? That's what I did. I want to go to a Packers game at Lambeau Field, the frozen tundra. Let it be 20 degrees. Let it snow. I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to be in the history. I will bundle up. Give me a Packers game. I want to go to a Cubs game in Wrigley. Never been there. I don't know if I want to sit on the houses. I don't care. I want to go to a Cubs game in Wrigley. And the NBA Finals sounds pretty awesome to me. That's $6 well spent there. And then I want to do this. I haven't done it yet. I've heard a bunch of people do it. I hear how great it is. I want to go to Williamsport. I want to go to a Little League World Series. That's my $1 option there. So I got Little League World Series, NBA Finals, Cubs game in Wrigley, Packers game at Lambeau Field, the Rose Bowl, and the Super Bowl.
All right. So mine are going to be a little bit different, but a little bit the same at the same time. I've had the, I guess, fortune of being to a couple more of these than you guys. So this made me made me have the ability to be a little bit more picky with my list, I guess you could say. The $5 one, top left corner, I've made no bones about it. Out of everything I've been to, it is still the number one thing that I want to get to before my time on this floating rock ends. I have to get to Augusta. So I'm starting there at the number 5. World Cup is intriguing to me just because on a global, like I would not want to see the World Cup in the U.S. I would love to go see the World Cup if it's being hosted in Europe or somewhere else because it would be a lot better there.
Yeah, your list. You pick.
You're going
Where's
to
it going
Qatar?
to be? Italy?
I'm not going to Qatar. I would love to see it in like England or Italy or Spain. Somewhere over in Europe would be my ideal pick. But I'm not going to pick it. Obviously, the Super Bowl is super enticing, especially if it's the Eagles. I feel like seeing it twice now, I don't want to say that I'm spoiled, but it's taken a little bit of the shine off of it, I guess. Army, Navy, I've been to. It's incredible. Kentucky Derby, I've been to. It's incredible. I'm going to take I'm taking one from the 4 o'clock or for the $4 row, and that's going to be Wimbledon. Again, the pageantry of it all, the history, sitting there watching it all.
So you spent $14 already?
Spent $9.
You said Masters and World Cup.
No, he said he wants to pick the World Cup, but
I wanted to pick the World Cup.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I apologize.
So
I'm at $14. We're like loaded.
So I think I've been to a Stanley Cup final game. Duke UNC is the one that's kind of really, I think if, kind of like Gene picking Lambeau, I think if you're a fan of college basketball, it's kind of one of the ones you have to check off, but I'm going to leave it go. Michigan, Ohio State, I've had the luxury of going to twice. I'm going to finish out all my money on the next row here. Just like you two, there's nothing you could do to make me pass up the Rose Bowl. Put Michigan in the Rose Bowl against whoever, I don't care. And I feel the same way Gene does. If I ever had the money to do it, we would all go. Because it's just, I think especially if you're a college football fan, and just a fan of the sport in general, if you have any kind of sense of loving the sport or, the excitement or the history of the game, you have to go watch a game there. So Rose Bowl would be my third one. And then last but not least, one coming up in a couple weeks, I would pick Ryder Cup. Again, something I've never been able to do. I think it being in Bethpage in September, I can't fathom how crazy it's going to be. And there was nothing else below this that really made me think about, doing something else. As much as I love Lambeau, I don't need to go there. I don't feel like. Boston to Chicago, I've been to a Notre Dame game. Final Four or Frozen Four, excuse me. I think it would be cool if Michigan was there. Williamsport, I've been to. Again, I encourage anybody, if you'll have fun, just go. And there was nothing really else to really say, I had to take money out of my pocket. So
when the NFL draft was in Philadelphia, I had every opportunity to go, and I chose not to. So
Same.
for me to I don't want.
And it's been in Cleveland before too. So
yeah, so
it's like
so those are my 4. I would go with the Masters, Wimbledon, and then Rose Bowl and Ryder Cup.
I got to pull up Kyle's. Kyle's is awesome, right? Kyle chose the Super Bowl for $5, the Final Four, the NBA Finals, the Maui Invitational. I didn't think about this, right? The Maui Invitational, you get a trip to Hawaii, right?
And a ton of games.
Yeah. A Cubs game, the Little League World Series, and the NFL Draft. So he lived on that $1 row. He said, "Screw it, I'm going." World Cup in England would be cool. I agree. I know.
I would say this. It's whoever made that did a good job. I mean, there's nothing on there that if you went to, I don't think you'd be disappointed as a sports fan.
No, not at all. I think that some of the stuff. Look, I'll say this. There were some things on here real quick. I just want to pull it back up. There were some things on here like the Army Navy game for $5. Like
that has to be like a $3 option.
I wouldn't shoot. What? Yeah, like the Kentucky Derby seems like a lot of fun, but I don't know. Just not
$5 is steep, you know.
Correct.
Go bang for buck.
Super Bowl or Kentucky Derby, like stop. And
all right, but if you're taking those two out there, what are you putting in there as $5?
Well, I'd put Duke UNC as $5. I thought that was every bit worth $4. And then the Rose Bowl should be $4 to replace that. So you drop down Army Navy and Kentucky Derby and you move up Duke UNC in the Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl being $3 is a gift.
100%. We all chose it. That tells you.
It's the best bargain on the board by far for me.
Yeah.
Agreed.
The other one, I don't know.
I'll put it back up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I mean, I would probably agree on the Army Navy if there was one that had to move down. I think you make the argument for the Derby to stay there.
The Derby should be $4.
If you've never been there, I think it's a little hard to argue against it.
You're right. I've never been to a lot of them, but Bill, let me ask you a question real quick. Was it not like a rich fest? Like we're rich and here's my money and I'm rich?
No, absolutely not. Because all those people are in their own section. So you're nowhere near those people. So you hang out with the common folk in the other seats or
in the infield,
which is where you want to be, and that's where it's fun. You don't worry about all the rich people that own the goddamn horses because you're not getting over there anyway. So it doesn't feel that way.
Okay. Well, that's just my take on it.
I just felt like too, like, and granted, I feel like accessibility also matters. Like, because if I'm not saying of course, like I want to go to Kentucky Derby, I just haven't actively put together a plan to do so. But like, you can go to Kentucky Derby for like $100, like be on the infield and that be that, as opposed to
it sells
out
on
the infield
fast.
I mean, granted, you do have to be on top of it like that.
You're not buying a ticket the day before.
Like, if you want to go, you can 100% get in for $100 if you're on top of it. As opposed to like the Masters or the Super Bowl, it's just such a more pristine thing to get.
I'm tell you something right now. I would never have said this 3 years ago. Before the show started, you would never think me as a guy would want to go to the Masters. At this point, I would love to go to Masters.
Oh, without a doubt.
But you got to remember when this show started, I was like, I was fully against doing golf. I don't care.
Now he plays. Now he loves it.
I love it. He's not lying. He's not right. He's not lying. Grass ping pong. You'll never get me on that one.
You still come around on that. You're way better than you used to be too.
I think after we had literally the best World Cup of all time, and he hasn't come around, I don't think it's happening.
Well, the hype's gonna be real for next year. Next year will be the best team this country's ever had.
See, so, I think that if the United States was competitive, I think I might be more into it. I think
it's going to happen next year.
And it's here.
I think next year right there.
Next year, talent-wise, on paper, will be the best team we've ever had by a mile.
It's funny you say it because I actually watched the Women's World Cup because the United States is always good.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely a front runner in sports.
I'm not, dude. I watch that. I mean, I make no shame. I watch the college softball World Series like it's going out of style. I mean, I enjoy it.
I wanted our team from around Philadelphia to make the Little League World Series. It's always like outside of Pittsburgh or above Harrisburg and Johnstown. I don't think
that's not true. I mean, media made it not that long ago.
Media?
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It was a couple years ago.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Media.
See, all right. You're not paying attention.
I got to ask you a question, Chow.
All right.
How long is our trivia question going to be today? Don't ask the question. Just like tell us.
I'm not. I'm I don't think 1, 2, 3. There's like 6 or 7 I think you guys will get pretty quick. But everybody on here is a big name. It's just a matter if you guys can like get back to them.
Okay. Then let's go over our list right now, if that's okay with you. Cottrell, is that all right with you?
I'm all good with it.
All right. So want to start interior or edge?
Oh, let's get the meaty guys out the way. Let's go with the interior.
Well, I haven't went first in a while, so am I good to go first here?
Absolutely. And I got I'm giving the rankings here now.
Who wants to go second?
I think if we go by what we've been going by, it'll be you first, Cottrell second, me third.
All right, so we're locked into me 1, Cottrell 2,
Yeah,
3.
good. Go with me.
It was an absolute sucker's bet. I did this intentionally. It was a setup.
Okay.
Number 1, Jalen Carter.
Oh, brother.
Oh, brother. I locked that one in. It was a little sleeper in there. Number 1, Jalen Carter. The most dominant defensive tackle in football.
All right.
I hope
Well,
Chiefs fans are listening. Grubs.
just in case we get 2 off the rails here, I suppose I'll put Chris Jones at number 2.
I had him 3.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Before we get 2 off the rails here,
I will go number 3. Then I'll go Dexter Lawrence from the Giants.
Okay.
Dexter has the ability to have the number 1 best season if everybody else around him eats. Because I mean, Dexter Lawrence single covered is going to be a force.
I think I'm not going to necessarily stick up for the pick. I think if Jalen takes another step this year, though, I think he's probably number 1.
That's why I did it. I think he's going to take a step this year.
I'm just saying I don't think it's out. I know Cottrell's going to go homer, but
I
don't think it's that outlandish.
Kind of homer.
I don't think it's that outlandish.
I think Jalen Carter is a future Defensive Player of the Year award winner. So I don't necessarily hate it. I just don't know if it's won this year, but it's possible. Because I think he had. I mean, I've always been that high on him.
He's going to ball out it until he gets that huge contract, and then I don't know if he's going to have that type of. I'm just being very clear with you. I don't know if he's going to have that drive after he gets paid.
The second Aaron Donald half.
Yep. Aaron Donald had that drive no matter what. All right, so I'll go a little changeroo here.
Ooh.
I'm gonna take a guy that probably isn't on either one of your lists, and I'm gonna put him number 7. 100%. I think that I might be doing this early, but I don't care. I like him a lot. I watched him play last year. Young guy. I think he's walking into the prime of his career. Give me Zach Allen at number 7.
I have number 9.
Okay. There's a lot of D tackles I think that are super overrated, and I think Zach Allen is walking into the prime of his career. I think he's going to have another breakout year. I think he's the best interior lineman that no one knows his name.
Interesting. So I'm going to get this guy off the board here because I think this is going to be a hot take here. Gene, you gave us the hot take early. I'll follow you up. I'll go with number 8. I'm going with Cam Hayward.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think Cam Hayward is an elite player, but 1, contract issues, 2, age, 3, Pittsburgh drafted his replacement this past year. So I do think you see Cam Hayward take a step back, and because if he plays this year, it's probably going to be the last contract that he gets from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got guys I really love on this list, and I have them rated higher than they should, and I get it, but this is my projections.
I was going to put a guy number 8, and now I don't know if I want to put him 9 or if I'm from 6. I feel like 6 is probably too high. I'm going to go number 9. I'll go DeForest Buckner from the Colts. Guy I've liked for a long time, still producing. Slight decline, still 30 though, but Not nowhere near as old as Hayward, but still getting it done. Actually set a couple career highs last year, but I think 6 is probably too high, so I'll put him 9.
You guys made this super easy for me. I have this guy 6. I wanted to put him 6. I think, once again, you're going to hear my list. It's a bunch of young guys that are walking into the prime of their career. Give me Nnamdi Madubuike from the Baltimore Ravens at number 6. He is a monster.
So we have 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7,
8, 9.
Yep. So the last 3 should be easy, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, 2 of these guys have to be here.
Well, that's why they're left for 4 and 5. There's no way they shouldn't be 4 and 5.
Well, I'll take one of the easy ones. I'll take Quinnen Williams off the board, and we'll put him at number 4.
That's where I have him.
I'll take same. And then I'll take Jeffrey Simmons and put him at 5.
That's where I have him. And then I'll end it out with the easy one. Leonard Williams has to be on this list, and I'll put him number 10.
Bill, who did you say? I missed it. Jeffrey
Simmons, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure.
And then so Vita Vea got left off the list. I had Vita Vea on my
Vita.
list.
Love
The
that
only guy I
guy.
had on my list that you guys didn't have, or we didn't say.
I had Ed Oliver on my list.
I felt like he took a huge step back last year.
He did, but I just think Ed Oliver on that defensive line, like it may not even just be him. I just think that D line is just too good not to eat. And you add in, granted, you're only going to have him healthy for 6 or 7 games, but you add in Joey Bosa to that line, you pair it with Russo. Like I think Ed Oliver is going to have a really good bounce back year. I
don't think that's a bad take at all. I like Ed Oliver a lot. I just think that the early comparisons to Aaron Donald really got to him.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why people thought that. But
that wasn't ideal. So I had the same 10 that Gene had then, just different order.
Yeah, I had I'll just read it real quick. I had Jalen Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Chris Jones, Quinnen Williams, Jeffrey Simmons, Nnamdi Madubuike, Zach Allen, Leonard Williams, Vita Vea, the Forrester Buckner. What?
So you didn't have Cam Hayward at all?
No.
Okay, so me putting him 8 wasn't even hot.
Well, you thought he should be higher.
No. I thought people were gonna think he should be higher. Like everything I was seeing, they had Cam Hayward like 3, 4, 5.
I think he's on the back 9, and I think he's in the 16th hole. Like, you know, like I'm just telling you the truth.
Like definitely coming down the stretch.
It's 2 par 3s and a par 4 left. That's it.
Old Yeller, it's almost time to take him out back.
It is.
All right, let's get into the edge. So I guess that would mean I'd go 3, right? Everybody just moves up and I go to the end.
Sounds good to me.
Is that how they go? So it's Shally, Cottrell, me.
No, it's Shally, or no, it's Cottrell, me, then you.
Okay, perfect. Yep, got it.
Let's get this formality out of the way here.
I'm gonna go with Myles Garrett number 1.
I love that.
Your head is shocked. Just kidding.
He's number 1.
I know. That's where I have him number 2. I had him number 1 last year too. So, let's do something.
Oh, I'm doing something nuts.
Oh boy. I will go.
Don't do it.
Number 5. I'm gonna go Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit Lions.
Okay. I'll go Micah Parsons, number 4.
Oh.
I think it's pretty obvious the 2 people that should be ahead of him. And then I think that all 3 of them are ahead of him because all 3 of them play the run and he doesn't. So my list is wild, by the way.
You put me in a tough spot here because the guy who I wanted to put it for is actually I wanted to put him at 5. But I can understand Hutch being there. I'll take number 6 then, I guess. I'll stay in this realm here.
My God.
I'm going with Jared Verse.
No, you were going to go with my guy. You were supposed to go with my guy.
I'm going
Jared Verse cannot be ahead of this guy. No way.
Yeah. Jared Verse at number 6.
I will.
Jared Verse is about to have a monster.
I agree. I have Jared Verse on my list very high. Not that high, but Go ahead, Chow. I'm very upset right now.
I know what you want to do then.
Well, 100%. He should. I have him 5.
That's
You
fair.
can't put him 2 or 3.
I know who he's talking about. Think back to when he was in college.
Yeah. Yep.
I know exactly. I know. All right, I'll let you do him then. I'll put TJ at number 2 where he belongs.
I'm gonna go Nolan Smith at number 10.
Ooh.
Think back. Is this who we're talking about?
Nope. I just needed to lock that in because I don't think I would have got him if I didn't. I went Nolan Smith number 10. I think he's gonna have an absolute monster year for the Eagles.
I'll be shocked if he's not on your list.
Who? The guy I'm talking about?
He's on my list.
Oh, 100%. He's on Control's list. Unless
Yeah.
Control doesn't know football.
It's always so dramatic.
Okay, so we got
Bro, Gene drooled over this guy when he was in college. Like literally
100%.
drooled over it.
we got
I don't want to give it away.
It's obvious right now.
And then okay.
Oh boy.
You don't have him on your list. That's the
You put
crazy
TJ
part.
at 2?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
put TJ at 2.
What's wrong with that?
No, nothing's wrong with it. It's just that one of these guys is
I don't think he does.
I'll be the one. I'll go 3, I guess. I'll go Max Crosby at number 3.
That's what we have at number 3. We're no problem with that.
All right. Oh, okay.
I have Max Crosby at 3 too, but you're missing a guy. You don't have a guy on your list that is driving me up a wall. That's wild to me.
He really might not have him.
He doesn't. I can tell by his reaction.
I don't know who we're talking about here.
That's the whole point. If you had him on your list, you would know exactly who I'm talking about.
I don't remember who you were crazy over in college. So,
bro, just like every time we talked about that team, it was.
Don't take him. Don't take him. Just put somebody like 9.
What numbers do I have left?
7, 8, 9, right? 7, 8,
7,
9?
8, 9.
Yeah, put somebody at 9. Because I'm going to put him at 7. You know how I'm going to put at 7. You should be at 5.
We took first, right?
Yeah. Well,
yes.
I had verse at 8. So.
7, 8, 9. Oh man. I'll put Trey at 9.
I like that. I think Trey's overrated. I like that. Number 7. He should be number 5. Number 7 is the guy that, listen, won Defensive Rookie of the Year 2 years ago. Last year, he doubled his production.
I don't know.
He's on my list.
And he's number 7. He should be number 5 is Mr. Will Anderson Jr.
Will Anderson is quite literally number 7 on my list.
Well, he should be higher. And how did you not know I drooled over him for like 2 years?
I can't keep up. I didn't know if it was a guy from
Will Anderson as my defensive.
I didn't know if it was a guy from
Jalen Carter.
I didn't know if it was a guy from Georgia, Texas. I mean, I couldn't keep up. I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was going to be Abdul Carter coming around here. Like I just didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Fair. So number 8 should be obvious for you, right?
Number 8, I got Nick Bosa.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa I had higher on my list before.
You didn't have Nolan Smith. Who was the other one guy you didn't have? Who was the one guy on your list that? Because I put Nolan Smith at 10, so you'd have to leave somebody off. Who did you leave off?
Josh Allen.
Okay, that's fair. Because Nolan Smith's gonna be better than Josh Allen this year.
I think there's a chance Abdul Carter hits this list though.
100%. He's a monster. I put Nolan Smith 10 because that's one of the takes I want to stake into the ground right now. I watched him the second half of last year, the way he plays violently. He's literally given the full starting role. They got rid of Bryce Huff. They didn't re-sign Josh Sweat. Like Nolan Smith is your every down starter on the edge, and he played great football. And he's literally coming into his NFL frame. I think Nolan Smith is going to be a staple on your top 10 list next year. And by the way, look at the time. Look at the time right now. I want everybody to look at the time. We do well.
For
ESPN, you should be watching.
For what it's worth, too, with Will Anderson, I had him at 7 on my list here, but I also think there is a chance that Danielle Hunter is right there with him as far as stats go at the end of the year. Danielle Hunter was quietly incredible last season.
I don't disagree with that. Here's my point. I'm going to get back to it, right? statistically, Daniil Hunter can keep up with Will Anderson. Where Will Anderson has it that I don't think a lot of other guys have it is right here. Like he very rarely gets beat on counters or reverses.
Sure.
He's very rarely outside of his gap. Like he is just one of those guys. When I watch him on tape, I'm just like, dude, he always catches the gotcha. Yeah. Like it's just so fun to watch him. He's one of my favorite players in the league.
I got it.
And it's funny. I don't like Alabama and I don't like the Texans, but I like him a lot. You remember the game I fell in love with him?
I do. National championship. Well, the game against Georgia.
The national championship that Georgia won. Because he was a wrecking crew in that game. They tried running a screen to his side. Nope, not happening. Bootleg his side. Nope, not happening. Like he was a wrecking crew that game. They ran a jet sweep his side. 7-yard loss. Not happening. Like it was incredible.
It's incredible they kept going at him, to be honest.
You're right. You're right. All right, hold on. Let me get comments off. We got trivia time, baby. All right, they're off. My comments are off.
Since it is almost NFL season,
love it.
All right,
we are in thick of preseason football already. We're going to go to the gridiron, gentlemen. We are going to go top 10 rookie rushing performers of all time. So top 10 rookie running backs with the most yardage their rookie year.
Is it rushing yards?
Just rushing.
Okay, got it. And then Cottrell won last week, so he gets to go first.
He does. I'm ready to go. And I have the whole list up from 1 to 20. So if we do get in a tie, we have tiebreakers.
Okay. I will go with. See, I don't know if there's like any like low hanging fruit here. I'll go with Adrian Peterson.
Whoops. Adrian Peterson is not on the list.
I'll go with Zeke.
Zeke is on the list.
100% on the list.
Where's he at?
100 yards.
Zeke is number 3 with 1,631 yards.
I'm trying to think of guys who. I'm gonna go with the juice. Give me OJ.
OJ Simpson is not on the list.
Give me angry Doug Martin.
Doug Martin is not on the list.
Whoa. He had like 14 fucking 100 yards.
Can we get the cutoff number? Is that
the cutoff number for the number 10 gentleman is 1,470 yards.
That is insane. Rookie running backs. Oh my god, I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm. Oof. Okay. I got a guy. I'll go with Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk is not on the list. Shocking we got number 1.
Give me Ricky Williams.
Not on the list.
Give me Emmitt Smith.
Not on the list.
Edgerrin James.
Edgerrin James is number 6 with 1,553.
I feel like every one of my guys I gave you is over 1,300 yards.
Can neither confirm nor deny that.
Rookies that I'm trying to think of, like the rookies that got taken early, or fit.
Gotta get on the board here, bro. You might be the first shutout ever. Embarrassing.
I will go with because he wouldn't be that high. Okay. Who are some monsters? Give me I don't know where I want to go here. I have
10
no idea
seconds.
where I want to go.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Into the thick of it.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown is not on the list.
Saquon.
Not on the list.
I was like waiting to rip Saquon. He had a great
Um,
fantasy year his rookie year.
He did.
Caught a lot of passes. I had him as rookie year.
I have one. I know one.
There's a couple names on here I'm shocked nobody said yet.
I have one. I just had to think back. I have
There's two names. There's two names that are a little bit older, and then everybody else like is pretty much a house. Everybody else is a household name.
I have one.
I don't want to guess this guy, but
you better guess something. You don't have a point, boy.
I'm gonna throw one out there. And I'll go Christian McCaffrey.
Not on the list.
Barry Sanders.
Number 10
What?
with 1,470 yards.
Yo, I thought it was gonna be 2. Yo,
2 is one of the hard ones.
I was so sure Barry was gonna be 2.
You got 4, Gene, or 3?
Let's go 4.
I think I have 4. Edgerrin James.
He has Ezekiel Elliott, Alfred Morris, Edgar and James.
Morris.
Yeah, you did.
I did not
No,
say
you did
Alfred
not.
Well, now we're fucked.
Morris. I did not say Alfred Morris.
Then you only have 3.
Sorry. Okay.
Contrell, say Alfred Morris. I think you know who you should take.
I said Angry Doug.
All right.
Or
Let's see
take,
here.
Do you want to just take Alfred Morris out and just Alfred Morris out and just add 11?
I can't.
Is that because Angry Doug's 11? I know he is. He had 1,400 yards.
One of you already said 11.
Yeah, they got to be Doug.
Okay. Bro, why can't I think of any running backs rookie year? Who had an insane rookie year as a running back? I'll go Le'Veon Bell.
Why wouldn't you not say Alfred Morris? It was a free point.
I'm not
taking it.
I'm not taking it. You're the version to get shut out. Just take Alfred Morris. You have to because he's in the top 10. You're either going to take him or Gene's going to take him.
I thought we were just going to leave him be.
I will not take him.
All right.
I know this guy had a great. I know this guy had a great rookie year, and this is he was in the cover of Madden after his rookie year. Give me Eddie George.
Not on the list.
God damn it!
Do we want hints?
Yes,
absolutely.
All right. Number 1 is primarily known as a Ram. Number 2
that's easy.
Is one of the tough ones. Is a New Orleans Saint. 3 we got Alfred Morris. We got number 5 is the other hard one, which is a Cardinal. Number 7 and number 8 both played for the same team. They're both Broncos. Okay. Number 9 was a Patriot.
Was that his rookie year that he went crazy?
Who?
The Cardinals running back.
If you know this, I would be.
All right. Well, so not going there.
He's a Hall of Famer, I think.
I will go with
maybe not. He had a really good career though.
You said Broncos. I'll go with TD.
No, I don't think it's him.
It's not.
I think it's Clinton Portis.
Clinton Portis is number 7 with 1,508 yards.
Yeah. He was. Do you remember the trade the Broncos made? They traded their Washington Redskins for Champ Bailey for Clinton Portis. It was after they didn't want to re-sign Clinton Portis at a huge deal after his rookie contract because he was running behind that Shanahan line. And Shanahan was like, anybody can run behind this line. That's why I remember Clinton Portis having a great rookie year.
I was a huge Portis guy when he was in Denver, though.
Just to be clear, number 1 should be pretty easy after you said your hint.
Very easy.
Yeah. Number one, I just took Clinton Portis because I figured Cottrell would snipe that one after he said Terrell Davis.
Cottrell doesn't get one here. Gene takes number one. This is a shutout.
I don't remember what the hint was for number one.
LA Ram. Actually, probably. Let me be very clear. Probably a St. Louis Ram.
No,
it was LA Ram. LA Ram.
Yeah, no, you're right the first time. Yeah.
So it's got to be Dickerson.
Yeah.
Eric Dickerson is number one with 1,808 yards.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. You said the other one. You said two of them were Broncos.
Correct.
Could one of them be C.J. Anderson?
It is not. You got to go. I can't say that. Never mind. It's not C.J. Anderson.
But I remember he followed up Clinton Portis's rookie year with him.
There was, if you start with TD, there's actually 4 in a row.
Okay.
But you're missing the guy between.
Okay. The guy in between?
You're missing the guy between TD and Portis.
Okay. I know who that is. I think I do.
CJ was on the other side of Portis.
So this is the guy who was handing him off to. I don't know that.
Answers here.
I don't remember who was getting handed off to from what? Who was their quarterback? Jake Plummer?
It probably was Jake there still, yeah. Jake the Snake.
Running back. I will go with bro. I got nothing. This running back, this is stumping me.
I'm disappointed in you.
Did I say Jerome Bettis yet?
I think you said it. He's not
think he would fit any of the hints.
Oh yeah, Steeler. God damn it, my bad. In my mind, I'm thinking of like 90s, 2000s running backs because that was when rushing was like everything. Like he didn't say Seahawks, so I can say the Sean Alexander days. Like so those are.
That was one of the guys who I thought about too, but I was like, I don't know.
He had one of the greatest fantasy years of all time. 29 touchdowns, 2000.
Another insane fantasy year was David Johnson with the Cardinals, but he said the guy.
That's the one you thought of for the Cardinals.
Yeah, but he said the guy's a Hall of Famer, so I'm like,
David Johnson had to break out his second year. I'm almost sure of it, and then he fell off a rock.
Yeah.
Wait, what were the team names again? I'm sorry, of the ones that are left.
Patriots, Broncos, and something else.
Broncos one is tough because I keep thinking of the guy. I think I know who the guy is, but I feel like the guy stinks, so I don't want to say him. The Patriot, I thought would be. It's not Corey Dillon.
I'll give you number 9 is the Patriot. He's probably more well known for being on another team in that division.
Oh, okay.
Number 8 is a Bronco.
Okay.
Who did you guess? Number 5 is the Cardinal.
Okay.
Alfred Morris. Somebody's just got to take him. And then number two is the Saint.
I'm not taking Alfred Morris. So if I don't win, you can take him and get the
Saint.
2.
I'll go Deuce McAllister.
No.
Nope.
You said the Patriot is more known for being another guy in that division. I thought he was a rookie as a Jet. It's got to be Curtis, my favorite Martin.
It is. Curtis Martin is number 9 with 1,487.
Yeah. I thought it's interesting. I didn't know he started his career in New England. I knew he played.
I had no idea he started his career in New England either.
I did not think this was going to stump you guys as much as it did.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's a surprise.
My 5?
Yeah, that's over. So number 1 was Eric Dickerson. Number 2 was George Rogers. He's a Saint. 1,674 yards. 3 was Zeke. 4 was Alfred Morris. 5 was Otis Anderson. He's the Cardinal.
He is a Hall of Famer.
I thought so. 6 Edgar and James. 7 Clinton Portis. 8 was Mike Anderson from the Broncos.
You know, it's funny when you say that. Like, I felt like that's who I thought it was. I'm like, he wasn't good enough to have that good of a year.
Oh, he was.
But like, they had a gap. It was Terrell Davis, Clinton Portis, Mike Anderson, C.J. Anderson. They were all in one row where they all had like fucking ridiculous years.
It was nuts. Curtis Martin was 9. Barry was 10. Doug Martin was 11.
Yeah.
Earl Campbell's 12. Kurt Warner. Yeah, Kurt Warner was the running back for Seattle. He was an animal for a while. He was 13. Bettis was 14. Eddie George was 15. Jamal Lewis 16.
God, Jamal Lewis.
Reuben Mays was that is. Reuben Mays was 17. Another Saint. That's crazy. Adrian was 18. Kareem Hunt was 19. And then Jordan Howard, number 20.
Jordan Howard. Yikes.
Bears.
Tom Gallo got Dickerson right away. I just seen that.
Saquon, 21.
This is a great one. Where's he at?
He's not even in the top 25, bro.
Wow.
25 is Matt Forte. Marshall Faulk's 24. Steve Slayton, 23.
Oh, wow.
And then Billy.
Steve Slayton on that same team.
I didn't realize that Steve Slayton actually had a good rushing.
1,282 yards.
Virginia, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. He's a local
one of the
kid.
best. One of the best ever.
He's a Roman
wear
Catholic.
that number.
Even Roman Catholic.
Where did
I thought he went somewhere else. I thought he went somewhere else.
Let me check.
Steve Slayton and Pat White was the dynamic duo of all dynamic duos.
That was the rich
went to Conwell Egan, bro.
That's what it is.
He went to Egan.
Yep.
Oh man, that's
One
fun.
of my favorite players.
Steve Slayton.
Yeah, absolutely.
West Virginia had so many. Tavon Austin was my favorite college player for a long time.
Yep, Tavon Austin, Pat White, Slayton, all those guys together, and Rich Rod blew it. They were supposed to go to national championship the one year they were all together. They lost to some school, got knocked out of the AP poll, and they got knocked down to 3. Lost the game they shouldn't have, and Rich Rod leaves to go to Michigan, and West Virginia hasn't been that high of relevance since.
It's interesting. It's a good list. I see. The funny thing is this: there's so another one like I thought of, and I didn't mention him because I kind of ruled him out because I know what he had his rookie year because he only played 12 games, but I was going to use him because I thought he was definitely was. Do you guys remember the rookie year of Cadillac Williams?
Yeah.
Like the problem is he only played 12 games.
I think he was a 1,000-yard rusher though.
Yeah, I think he had like 11 or 1,200 yards rookie. But like when I said Doug Martin and he said not on the list, I'm like, Doug Martin had 1,400 yards his rookie year. Like I remember that. And he's like, he wasn't on the list. I'm like, what? It's funny. Jory said, screw Malarkey for not giving Derek his touches earlier. You know the thing about Derrick Henry, though? Jory, I know you're a big Derrick Henry fan. But Derrick Henry, the first 2 or 3 years of his career, stunk the first 6 to 7 games of a season. He would run into offensive linemen. He was just slow. But what happened was he picked up wind as the season went on. He would like beat you down. And like weeks 9, 10, 11, 12, he was incredible. And then we would go into the next season like Derrick Henry stinks again. And then as the season went on, he would get better. And then after about year 3 or 4, he started becoming like an elite running back and would start the season great. But he didn't start his first few years good. You know that. You're a Titans fan. All right, we'll be up with college football. What conference are we in again?
Big 12.
Okay, you can probably do research.
I was gonna say,
make sure all Gene's breakout performers this year are alive.
I was gonna say anything else NFL before we go.
You
That you want to talk about?
No.
All right, let's move.
All right, you got to help me. You guys got to lead me off into the Big 12. I only know like 1 or 2 teams that should be there. I'm sorry. The conference stinks now.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it stinks, but it's very wide open this year.
Like
Some might say it stinks. Some might say it stinks.
Yeah, but like
I don't think there's a bona fide, in my opinion, there's not a bona fide top tier team in that conference this year.
Well, then I'm just gonna go across and just say Matt Campbell, Iowa State. Just
that's fine. They're in the mix.
Yeah, one of the many. I think they got 4 or 5 teams that are ranked in the AP poll. You got Arizona State, Kansas State. There's another one. Texas Tech is ranked. Iowa State is ranked.
Kansas State is probably the other one. I'll probably go Iowa State versus Kansas State. Kansas State definitely has they run a better offensive scheme. I think they have like who's their quarterback? He's like fast. They have a dual threat quarterback.
Let Alex Alex
is probably already typing.
That's his favorite
crush.
Quarterback in all of college football.
Likes him even more than the Oregon quarterback.
Well, Gene, I got news for you, buddy. Iowa State, Kansas State open the season. They kick off the college football season this year. Week 0.
I'm going with
Ireland. Over in Ireland. So
the only good game for Week 0 this year.
So, no, I mean, definitely. I mean, those are 2 teams that are going to be in the mix for it, later on in the season. I got 2 teams. Well, one is ranked, one's not ranked at this time. I love Texas Tech. I think they went crazy in the transfer portal. They bring in one of my favorite guys, Micah Hudson, out the portal, receiver. I think he's going to be special at Tech. And they spent a lot of money to bolster their offensive and defensive lines there. They brought in a lot of guys who have experience starting at their prospective schools there. And, I do think this is going to be a big year for Texas Tech. And then the other team that I have going to Big 12 championship game is a team that's very under the radar, and that's Baylor. Baylor is quiet as it's kept. They have one of my favorite quarterbacks in that conference, and Sawyer Robertson, and I think that Baylor offense is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Baylor takes that step and takes advantage of a Big 12 conference that is wide open, to say the least.
Baylor is definitely one of the teams that's kind of everybody's darling this year. They have a brutal schedule though. We'll see what they are real quick. First month and a half of the season. If they can get through that gauntlet somehow, then their back half is a little easier, and I think it's a little bit more manageable. Arizona State, a lot of people love because of Avery Johnson.
Kansas State, sorry. And I think a lot of people are expecting him to take a big jump. I'm not sold on their defense, which is usually the crux of their downfall. They lose some random game in October against somebody that they shouldn't.
52-45.
Something like that. Because again, it's not a secret. Defense is not the strong suit of the Big 12. No. But that being said, the reason I'm going to pick the team that I picked to win the Big 12 is because of their defense. I'm going with Arizona State. I think Sam Levitt had a great year as a freshman last year. I think he'll take another step forward. And the reason I'm going to take them, I think Kenny Dillingham's a great young coach. He's one of the best young coaches in the country. That team loves him. He's already into the Nick Saban stuff in the media, saying they're not practicing well, they suck. And they're going to get their asses handed to them. They're walking through stuff. But that defense returns 9 starters from last year. And their defense was young last year. A lot of freshmen and sophomores. So now you got a lot of sophomores and juniors, kids that are taking a big step forward. Very athletic, very fast defense. It's the reason I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick them to beat Kansas State in the conference championship game. So I really like Arizona State. I think they're the one team that I think the most about, and kind of the most that I think can kind of expect to, you're going to get out of them what you expect. I think everybody else has question marks. It's whoever solves them first. Texas Tech, which Cottrell mentioned, brought in a bunch of kids, has a great recruiting class for next year. Very curious to see how those guys all meld and how they come out. I already mentioned Baylor, which Cottrell brought up. A lot of people are high on them as their dark horse. You never know what you're going to get at Kansas. Colorado, I think, will kind of be mid-pack this year. but I think they'll be very good next year. And then the rest of them, Iowa State is always there. Matt Campbell led team. I don't think anybody really gets the most out of their players any better than he does. So I think it'll be wide open. BYU losing their quarterback for whatever he did. I think drops them down. He had sex. But them losing him 2 weeks before the season, I think really puts them on the back foot. I think the only other team to watch out, honestly, for is Utah. I think Utah is, instead of kind of being one of the teams everybody's watching for, they're very under the radar this year. So not the easiest schedule for them either, but like we always say, if they can get through, it's funny to say it this way, but if they can get through the warm part of their schedule, and then when people have to start traveling to Utah in October and November, that's when it gets interesting. So I think Utah is a team to kind of keep a little bit of a side eye on and see how they start the season.
Gents, we are only 9 days away from the start of the college football season. It's incredible. Gene, you got your matchup out the gate. Iowa State, Kansas State.
Yeah,
true.
I love it. I'll tell you what, Nick, I really don't. That's the only game I'll care about in week 0.
Small game anybody's going to care about week 0.
But week 1, Texas at Ohio State. Wow.
First time a AP ranked number 1 team will be a underdog in their opening game.
I can't wait to watch that game.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
You still think Julian's starting, Cottrell?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think Julian has been penciled in as a starter since April.
Reading a lot of stuff.
I think they're going to have packages. I'm telling you now. This is classic Ohio State. They're going to have packages for Lincoln in like the red zone and things like that, whether it be RPOs. Lincoln's the more dual threat guy. Julian's the better thrower of the football. They're going to have Julian be the starter, but Lincoln will play. Very similar like last year where you had Will Howard as your starter, but you brought in Devin Brown in the random wildcat kind of situations there because he was a better runner.
I'm really interested to see how the transfer wide receivers work out in Penn State. I can't wait to see if they take a step forward and with literally they got 3 their entire receiving corps transfers.
The kid from Syracuse is a dog. I cannot think of his name off the top of my head, but he's going to be
Pena, Ross, or Hudson.
Pena. He's going to be
Pena.
Yeah, he's from Syracuse. He's going to eat off of Drew Allen this upcoming season.
I mean, they got 3 of them. They got a transfer from Troy, Devontae Ross, who everyone's talking about around Penn State, and then they got Kyron Hudson.
Kyron Hudson from USC, right? Yeah. And then you also have, I believe, he went to Michigan State. Never mind. But yeah, those are
and
almost
their entire O-line came back. Both their running backs came back. Aller's back, and I mean, look, their defense is definitely going to take a small step backwards. But Penn State always is a good defense. Like, I don't think losing Abdul Carter is obviously a huge loss for them, but they have a lot of players that I'll tell you a guy that, I think that Alonzo Ford Jr. will step into the middle role for Penn State. So looking forward to that. Sorry, I just got to bring up my Penn State talk for a little bit.
I see. Big 12 turns Penn State. Here we go.
We are
going to lose the big game.
Probably.
Oh man.
Where
is that at this year?
It's in Columbus.
Oh yeah, we're playing at Ohio State. We play Oregon and Penn State, and we play at Ohio State.
Remember last year?
It won't matter.
Yeah, remember last year we went. It was supposed to be the whiteout game, then they made the noon game, and played Washington for the whiteout.
Oh, listen, Penn, you're not gonna have me stick up for James Clifford Franklin, the big red dog. I'm not like you're not gonna have me do that. And until they prove to me that they can win the big one, I'm just gonna root like a fan and call it a day and just be a fan. I'm a fan. That is what it is.
Very curious. Obviously, you went to the semis last year, but very curious.
That pass, I hope that Drew Aller comes back from that pass. That pass was awful. Like, Drew Aller lost in that game. Katron was running well. Singleton was running well. Drew Aller lost in that game.
Not going to give anything away, but
I will say
redemption has been a big theme of my picks the last 2 years, and I'll leave it at that.
Well, you already told me you have Penn State winning it all.
Sheesh.
I did not tell you that at all.
You did.
Spoiler.
Okay, now I'll fucking change it. Watch this.
I was just
against you. Way to go.
I don't mind. I don't want a Michigan guy rooting for me anyway. Unless we make the championship and it's versus like a regular Alabama or Georgia, I expect the same attitude I gave you two when your two teams were in the national championship. That's what I expect.
When do we find out your second team?
Well, when we give
2
our
weeks.
predictions for who wins the
2
national
weeks.
championship. You'll find out.
all right.
Let's get into some UFC, baby. I don't care about the rest of the card. I just want to talk about Hamzat crushing his face.
Let's talk about it then.
Look, I'll start with this, right? The card stinks. Let's just start with the card. Jared Cannonier, Michael Venom Page, Jeff Neal versus Carlos Paredes.
Not wrong.
The card stinks. It's an awful card. But I'm tuning in to see a little Hamzat Chimaev. And if the betting lines tell you anything you need to hear, Chimaev opened as a minus 170 favorite. He's now minus 250. It's a big jump. I think Chimaev runs through Duplessis. I think it's a dominant performance. I don't think the fight is close. I don't think Duplessis touches the third round. I think it's a second round submission. And I think Chimaev absolutely obliterates him. I don't think it's a close fight. I don't think it's a good fight. It's terrible fight for Duplessis.
So I'll go second here because I actually think this is the exact opposite. All along, I had been thinking that this would be a really dominant fight for Chimaev. But I think Rust is gonna play a factor here. I think he's gonna come out. We're gonna see him be aggressive early, like we always do, and I do think the dominance will be there early. But I think if we've learned anything from seeing Chimaev in these kinds of fights here, the longer they go, the more the opponent starts to gain some momentum. And I say that because I look back to the Gilbert Burns fight and I looked at his fight against Kamaru Usman, and it was like, all right, if I give these fighters 2 more rounds, I don't know what's going to happen here. So I think for DDP, his goal should be survive the first 2 rounds. If I survive the first 2 rounds and I prove and I gain his respect, I'm going to have a shot moving forward here. I think for me personally, I think it is going to be slightly too much of Hamzat early. I think you're going to get him to go up, first 2 rounds, boom, boom, back to back, 2-0 Chimaev. And I think he only needs to win 1 of the 3 later rounds there. I think that's going to be something that happens there. I like Hamzat Chimaev, but I like it as a 48-47 decision. I think this fight goes to distance, and I think, Dricus has gained my respect as the wrestler, and I don't think that Chimaev will be able to dominate him on the ground as easily as I once did maybe 6 to 8 months ago.
I'm sticking with the champ here. Gut feeling. I think if you look at a lot of things on paper and analytics and all that stuff, you're gonna side with Chimaev. We talked about Dricus last time that if he wins this fight, the run that he's been on, where it puts him on. I think he's visibly gotten better every time he's been in the cage the last 4 or 5 fights. I think obviously Chimaev is going to be, the toughest guy out of that run. I don't think he's going to be overwhelmed. Again, it's just a gut thing. I don't think there's anybody in the world fighting with more confidence than Dricus right now. I think all the game plan, I think to Cottrell's point, I think his wrestling is a little bit better than people think. I think if he can get through the flurry of the first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes of this fight and settle in and start doing what he wants to do, I think he has a chance to win. So, like I said, I'm going to go just a gut feeling here. I'm going to go Dricus by decision to retain.
Yeah, you guys know where I'm at. I think it's Hamzat buries him. I think he buries him quick. I'll say this much. If Hamzat wins this fight 48-47, it'll be an absolute disappointment. If he wins the fight by a close decision, it will be an absolute disappointment. I expect him to run through Dricus.
But I think, though, to the point of, remember how, and I'm not saying Hamzat is in the same boat here, but like, remember how definitive Bo Nickel was winning his fights?
Yes.
And it's just every single fight got like, it was the same thing.
Yep.
They finally put Bo up against the ranked contender, and, the TKO happens there. Now, obviously, Hamzat hasn't quite gotten there yet, but I've seen Hamzat in there with guys who are either of that elite status or right there with it. Like when in talking about Gilbert and Kamaru, and I've seen DDP go in there and, beat Whitaker, beat Izzy, beat Strickland.
We're just going to ignore the fact that he just absolutely destroyed Robert Whitaker, but okay.
What do you mean?
Hamzat Chimaev absolutely ran through Robert Whitaker like he wasn't standing there. And we all thought Robert Whitaker was this good fighter still. And now Robert Whitaker is no longer to be spoken to.
But Robert Whitaker has not been that guy in.
That's not what we said before the fight.
I mean, I get it, but I've also seen Robert Whitaker fight other guys and lose to them in the same fashion, not just Hamzat, to my point.
Yeah, I get it.
I think Robert Whitaker in 2019 or even 2021, like it's different discussion there. But Robert Whitaker is known
8 months before he fought Chimaev. Beat the dog shit out of Paulo Costa.
And Paulo Costa is ranked 14th in the world right now. Like that's not the name that it once was either.
Okay, listen, I will be very interested to see how this plays out. Man's beaten Gilbert Burns, beaten Kevin Holland, absolutely destroyed Kevin Holland, beaten Kamaru Usman, and ripped Robert Whitaker's jaw off his face. Would you like this? Isn't Bo Nickel stepping up and
I understand your point. I understand what Control was trying to say, but I understand your point too. Would you agree it's the best fighter he's going to fight, though?
Do I think Dricus is the best fighter he's going to fight?
Yes.
I think Dricus is an awful matchup for Hamzat. So do I think he's the best overall, like all-around fighter that Hamzat's going to fight? Maybe. But I think Kamaru Usman on short notice is a really tough fighter to fight. And we were talking about just 2 years ago how Kamaru Usman was about to be on a friggin' Mount Rushmore of UFC of all time.
No, Kamaru was a great fighter, but to that same token, though, it was a majority. It was a majority decision.
You're right.
Like and again, this is on.
He did dominate the first round badly. You're right.
You're right. He did dominate the first round, but fights are longer than one round, and it went to the decision, and he got the majority decision there. But again, if that's a 5-round fight, are you of the mindset that Hamzat was going to win that fight? Maybe. Yes, but if someone said that Kamaru was going to win that fight, I wouldn't argue with him.
I'm just saying, I think Dricus, this is the best fighter he's ever fought, who is undoubtedly in his prime, and fighting at his best that he's ever fought. Not saying Chimaev won't win, not saying he can't win, not saying there's a chance he runs through him like you say. I just think this is undoubtedly the best person he's been in the cage with, fighting at his prime at the highest level he's ever fought in his career.
See, I think the same could be said for Dricus, but because he beat Adesanya, who had such a great name, that we're going to forget that Adesanya has completely fallen off a map. So like,
I'm not saying
the same could be said for Drinkus.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. We were just talking about Chimaev.
Yeah.
That's my point.
That's fair. That's all. I just think Drinkus's overall style is a bad matchup. I think a guy that would be a very good stylistic matchup for him would be someone that would be better equipped to stop Boers from over. Like if you've seen those two standing next to each other, Khamzat's going to run through him. He's just size wise, he's just bigger. Like it's just you can't technically strike with him. Like, all right, so let me ask you a question, Cottrell. I know what you said, right? About how, like the Gilbert Burns fight and the Kamaru Usman fight. They looked a lot closer than they should have after a dominant first round. But what method of victory do you think Drinkus has versus Chimaev? You think he's going to stand up and piece him? You think he's going to stop the takedown, stop the flurry? Like what method of victory would Drinkus have?
Oh, well, I think after the first round, he 100% will stop the takedown.
Okay.
I mean, I think Khamzat will have some success there, but I mean, when you go into fights like you fight a Sean Strickland, and we all know that Sean Strickland is the jab king, and if you can outpoint a guy like Sean Strickland, and I'm not saying I'm obviously Khamzat's a better striker, but I'm just saying like if you can outpoint a point striker, then you can create damage. And I'm not saying he's going to knock out Khamzat. I'm not saying he's going to submit Khamzat. I'm saying that over the course of time here, if Khamzat is continuously shooting for takedowns and not getting them, and Drinkus is just standing up and getting shots and just scoring points, as a champion, that matters. And we haven't seen Khamzat in a 5-round fight before. So I don't know what Khamzat looks like in the 4th or 5th round. Do I think his stamina is good? Yes. Like I've seen him go the 3 rounds and still have more in the tank, but I haven't seen him go the distance there. So maybe it gets to the point where Drinkus just jabs him to death in the 4th and 5th round, and he goes for the takedowns, but he just doesn't have enough juice left in the tank there. So that's why I say I think Khamzat wins, because I think the dominance of early is going to factor into it. But you know, once it gets later, I think Drinkus is going to do enough to keep him at bay, and we're going to look back at it like Khamzat won this fight, but I after watching the first 2 rounds, I thought Khamzat was going to finish him.
That's fair. And then Shally, you picked Drinkus. What did you say, by decision?
Yep.
Like what, 3-2, 4-1?
3-2. I don't. 4-1, I think, would be one of the more shocking things we've seen UFC wise.
If Drinkus wins this fight, I think he will not in the all-time sense. Like I'm not doing this to him, but I think he might in the terms of the UFC right now, he might be one of the most underrated champions that we've ever had. Like I feel like every single fight that he's had up to this point, I never really gave him respect. I'm like, oh no, he's gonna lose this one. No, this is the fight he's for sure gonna lose. Oh, this is the one that he's gonna lose. And now he's got a Khamzat, and I'm like, I'm picking Khamzat, but if you win this one,
he was gonna lose the Strickland fights, though, bro. We didn't. We were rooting for Strickland to win just so we knew, because we thought Khamzat would, the shit talking would be incredible, and Khamzat would break his face. That's the only reason I wanted Strickland.
I don't know if I've ever, like, I mean, of course we can go back and look at it, but I don't know if there was ever a time where I was like, oh yeah, DDP is going to go and just dominate this fight.
That's fair. I do have something else I want to share with you guys, and since we have like 5-10 minutes, do you mind if I do that?
Sure.
Okay. So me and Mo did this morning. All I want you guys to do is I want you to pick it apart. That's it. Is that okay?
Sure.
I think it'll be fun.
I tried to watch some of it back, but I think I ended. You guys were on like Aaron Rodgers.
So this is a quarterback list that me and Mo did this morning. And if you can't read it, I don't know how like good you guys are, like how zoomed in it is. It says
make it bigger.
Hold on, let me just zoom in one more. How's that?
It's a little bit better.
Who's at the bottom? Let's just get them out the way.
So I want to read you. It's elite, very good, franchise quarterback, mid, fringe starter, should be a backup, and then Anthony Richardson.
Okay, who's in the Anthony Richardson tier so I don't have to look back at them anymore?
Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, Snoop Huntley, Zach Wilson, and Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Jesus. Deshaun Watson's fall from grace, man.
This is just us. Like, he's just done. Can we scroll past that? Anybody you disagree with on that list?
No, we can pass that.
All right, should be a backup. We got Daniel Jones, Spencer Rattler, Carson Wentz, Gardner Minshew, Andy Dalton. That's Tommy DeVito. I don't know how he got on the board. Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones, Aiden O'Connell, Tyrod Taylor, and who is that?
Is that Mariota?
Mariota.
Thank you.
Most of those guys are back. Most of those guys are backups.
Yeah, it should be a backup. We're good there.
Okay.
Spring starter. We went with the old guys and then a couple fun ones. Joe Flacco, Kirk Cousins, Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett, and then we went with Reverend Jameis. We moved him up one. The Reverend Jameis should probably be a backup, but I'm not.
What is this category?
Fringe starter.
Not and not. Russell Wilson probably should be the only person on this line.
I think Flacco. I think if the circumstances don't play the way they are in Cleveland, I mean, I think he's probably pretty accurate there. Kirk, I think is too low, probably.
Too low? What? He lost his job last year to Michael Penix.
Okay, and a year ago he threw for 4,500 yards. I mean, if he went to a different, there's other teams that are going to be guys that have guys above him that he would probably outperform. Is all I'm saying. He
was 36 coming off of an Achilles tear. I don't know how. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's a backup. So you think he should be a backup, and Shally thinks he should be higher. So that just solidifies why fringe starter is where he should be. Mid. This is mid. Kyler Murray, Tua, Geno, Aaron Rodgers, Sam Darnold, J.J. McCarthy, and Michael Penix.
I don't know if I'd really agree with a lot of these.
Okay.
Geno, I'm with you. Geno is there. Who's next to Aaron Rodgers? Who is that?
That's Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold. Okay, I can get behind that one too. I think everybody, Aaron Rodgers at this point, I'm good with mid. I'm good with that. Everybody else, though, I'd probably move up, seeing who's ahead of them.
So the franchise quarterbacks we listed were Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Bo Nix, and Drake May. Do you think that who should be moved up from mid to franchise if you had to remove someone?
I mean, Drake May, I don't know how you can put Drake May in the franchise QB category and then say JJ and Michael Penix aren't there.
Well, JJ and Michael Penix haven't played a full season.
JJ hasn't played at all. Penix played. How much more did Drake May play than Penix?
It's not that I'm putting them. I don't think there's a category for those two. They haven't played really. So like a mid means they could be franchise, but I can't put them in franchise quarterback yet. But they're not fringe starters. They're going to be starters for a few years. So right now they're mid.
I mean, I wouldn't have Drake in the franchise QB. Like I'd have Kyler or Tua above him at this point.
Okay. I think Tua is one hit away from not being a quarterback. So
I mean that's fair too.
One hit away from not being a human being anymore.
So you're moving up Tua for Drake May. You can go 1 for 1. That's all you can do.
I agree with Cottrell in that I think Drake, JJ, and Penix should probably all be the same place.
Okay.
And I don't know. And again, I'm not saying your franchise is probably too high for all of them as of right now because we haven't seen them play enough. But I don't think they should probably have their own line.
So I just moved them in. I know I could probably create another one, but I just moved Drake May down into mid. Is there any other issues you guys have? You got to move somebody up, move somebody
down. I'm not moving anybody up from mid, but Trevor Lawrence is very much in that mid category.
That's fair.
Oh boy,
that's fair.
Trevor,
if Kyler and Tua, I mean, they're all in the same boat, different paddle.
You're starting a franchise tomorrow. Who do you want? Kyler, Tua, start bench cut. Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Tua.
Yeah, for me personally, I'm starting Kyler.
You're cutting Tua for sure.
Tua's getting cut though.
I'm starting Trevor Lawrence over Kyler Murray.
I probably am too.
So that's where. And then very good. It's Jalen Hurts, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, and Baker Mayfield.
I mean, there's that top 9. I think for the most part has pretty much been consensus, pretty much everywhere across the board. Probably different orders, but I think the top 9 is pretty solid.
Splitting hairs, I'd take CJ over Baker, but whatever.
Okay. That's fine. I honestly, if you're,
I would hear that too.
Love over Baker,
and I think you could hear that. I think you could hear that.
I can hear that too.
And then Jared Goff has a conversation with Baker too. Honestly, I think if there was like another tier where you could put 4 more quarterbacks, I think the next tier, would be Baker, Jordan, CJ, and Jarrett.
I agree with that.
Okay, that's what I have. I thought it was good.
It's more. I think it's very. What?
Kyler's one Call of Duty away from being Anthony Richardson.
Oh man. I mean,
I don't agree with that, but I think it's funny.
Well, I mean, it's funny because at some point we knew it to be true. So, I mean, dude was not looking at game plans; he was just going home and playing video games.
It's quite a step, though. Kyler actually had a decent season last year.
He showed flashes last year, I think, of what people like Gene, who were very high on him, thought he was going to be. So, I mean, I think it's still obviously it's still within him. But
the moment I quit on him though.
Yelling at AJ Green.
Yep.
Yep.
That was the moment I gave up on him. I hated that. I hated every moment of that. And I watched the play and I watched the route that was supposed to be run. And AJ Green was a veteran on the team. And you're talking about a second-year quarterback throwing his hands up, showing him up after throwing a pick six. Like, I hated that. I hated every moment of that.
I get it.
Let's get into You Got to Be Kidding Me, gentlemen.
All right. This week, I'm going not too far away from home. I'm going to Cleveland.
I already did this one.
I'm going up to Cleveland. I'm going with the best edge player in the country, in all of the NFL. I'm going with Myles Garrett. So Myles Garrett was cited for speeding a week ago for going 100 miles per hour and a 60 mile per hour. Now, of course, speeding in itself, I had to use Shador about a month ago at this point. Speeding in itself is an issue, especially with the day and age where we are now. We see the effects that it can have on not just like yourself, but the effects they can have on other people on the road, whether it be the Kyron Lacey situation or Henry Ruggs and things like that. But for me, it's not even just the speeding. So since Myles Garrett has been drafted, he has been cited 8 times for speeding. So since 2017, he's been cited 8 different times for speeding. Myles Garrett, you are one of the best players, if not the best player in all of football. You are on pace to be a Hall of Famer. You're on pace to have multiple Defensive Player of the Year awards. Like you have all the accolades you could possibly think of. And you had a serious wreck just 2 years ago. You flipped your Porsche. You missed a couple games in the season. And granted, that one was because it was raining, but you were still caught speeding there. That should have been enough for you to learn your lesson. But it's apparently going to take something a little bit more drastic for you to figure it out. So this week for me, Myles Garrett yet again caught speeding.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
It's a shame, man. He's one bad break away from me and Jerome Brown. and that'll be about as sad as it gets, because I remember that day vividly. I'm sure Gene probably does too. You know, these guys aren't invincible. I mean, the cars do amazing things, and they can afford them because of how good they are. But I've said it before, man. If he's doing 160, then he's probably driving 120 on a freeway routinely. And I don't care how big you are, how strong you are, what kind of car you're in. You hit something going 120 miles an hour, you're probably going to die. So I hope he doesn't, because for all those reasons that you just said, the guy's amazing and he's still got a lot of career left. But tragic stuff can happen sometimes. But I will stick in the car realm anywhere. I'm going to go with NASCAR driver Connor Zilch, who the Xfinity Series last week won his first race, got into victory circle, had everybody around him, got out of his car, went to jump off, and his foot got caught in his window net, and he knocked his head on the pavement and knocked himself out on national TV. That is it's a hell of a way to make an impression on your first win. So I can make light of it now because he is fine. He went to the hospital for a day or two, and he's been discharged. Everything's good to go. He's going to race this weekend. But it's a moment that obviously he actually might have forgot, but nobody else will. So for me this week, NASCAR driver Connor Zilch.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
I have a fun one this week. Shelly wasn't here for this last night, but I have something I need to show you all.
I've seen it if it's what I think it is.
Yep. You guys see that on the screen?
Yep.
Try to make it bigger. Look, I just want to make something very clear. This is one of the best hitters in the league, and he hits the ball harder than almost anyone. Let me just play the video.
Yes.
Now, real quick, I want you to watch two more things on this video. You watched it once. I'm going to explain it. Now, all I want you to do is watch the catcher.
Teammate pays no mind.
So, pays no mind to the bat whatsoever.
My bad.
And I love the "My Bad" by Ian. He's awesome. But pays no mind to the bat and catches the ball. Now, all I want you to do is watch the umpire. That's it. Just the umpire.
My bad.
So my bad is my favorite part of this. Let me just stop share so I don't do anything stupid here. That's through my photos, and that would be terrible. But look, I love Ian, and it's not very often I can make fun of someone that is a great hitter that hits nukes. But there were three things that made me laugh hysterically. I'm hoping Eric is okay. Eric got hit with that bat, and it bounced off him in the fence and went backwards. But, man, in one video, the catcher ignores the bat, catches the ball. The umpire's like, what the hell happened? He looks up. He goes, did something come from the ceiling? That bat was so hardly thrown that it was just one of those things where you had to be there. But I wanted to share that laughter that we had last night. I wish I had the video of Anchor. If you can go watch Dart Softball, the second batter of the game, you do not have to go far. Third batter of the game. Same Ian is batting, by the way. Ian, it's a fly ball to left. And all I want you to do is watch shortstop. If you ever watch Dart Softball, just go back, watch the top of the first inning, and watch the third batter of the game. And a ghost got him. Sniper just took him out. Fly ball to left. The shortstop just fell. It was amazing. So for that, this week, a couple fun episodes of Softball America.
Come on, you gotta be kidding me.
It's fine. That's what I wanted to go over. I loved it. Did that hit you? Yeah.
My bad.
My bad. Sorry about that. Any final thoughts, gentlemen?
I got nothing.
I have nothing this week.
Shador did a great job. Congratulations to him. What were your thoughts on Shador, by the way? I never really talked to you about it.
I mean, it was a great debut. Given everything, playing against the Panthers, some of their ones and twos there. Good debut and kind of thrown into the fire when you're the fourth string quarterback on the depth chart, and they say, hey, a day and a half notice that you're going to be starting the preseason game. I mean, I don't think he could have really asked for much more. So, I mean, I thought he went out and did what he was supposed to do.
Love it. I thought he played well. He's got an oblique injury now, but if I'm not sure how much you're keeping up with Eagles, Browns.
Oh, absolutely. The defenses looked incredible. The defenses looked incredible outside of covering Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert has apparently looked like an all-pro tight end all of this joint practices. And then he's got that oblique injury.
Well, what I was really referring to is Jalen Hurts was riding on the cart with Shador.
I did see that too.
Kind of giving him mentoring him a little bit, and Shador was to talk to him. I thought it was a really cool moment. I thought it was really cool of Jalen to ride around with Shador and talk to him, and Shador to be humble enough to ask for advice, and I thought that was cool. So
I mean, especially as a person that is I mean, Jalen's now a Super Bowl winning quarterback, looked at as a top 5 guy, but Jalen was once a rookie that didn't have a starting spot. So I mean, I think that's a great. Obviously, he was a 2nd round pick, he's a 5th round pick, but it's good to get perspective.
A couple weeks to go. They don't get rid of Kenny. What do you think happens?
Kenny hasn't played one down of football yet. He's not playing this week. I would be hard pressed to believe that Kenny is on the 53. I know you said what happens if he does, if they don't get rid of him, what happens? It's hard for me to even comprehend that because he just hasn't played football for us.
So you think just cut him?
Cut him, trade him. I mean, I think trade is more likely. I think they wait till the last minute and say, hey, if we can even if we just get a 7th back, we'll take it. Do you want Kenny to hit waivers and you don't have the opportunity to get him, or do you want to just give us a 7th and call it even?
The Saints need to be reaching out immediately. The Saints is your ideal target.
Absolutely. That would be incredible.
I did want to ask you guys a quick question about the Mormon missile. Do you know who the Mormon missile is?
No.
You will after Saturday. I think there's 7 current NFL quarterbacks that I would take Tanner McKee. I think should start over. So what I want you to do is I want you to watch Saturday's preseason game, Philadelphia Eagles, and I want you to tell me next week how many quarterbacks you would take Tanner McKee over.
Okay. I already know my answer, and it's going to be the same as it is this week.
That's interesting. You wouldn't take Tanner McKee over Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson?
Yeah, that's I have 2. There's 2 that he might play over.
Starters.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. I want you to watch Saturday. We'll see if that changes your perspective.
All right.
The Mormon missile is ready.
He cooked up the backyard defense of the Bengals.
You're right. 20 of 25, 3 touchdowns. Whatever. Not crazy. I thought the funniest part was they asked him about his Madden ranking because Kyle McCord's a 71. And
I saw that. He's like, oh, that'd be like a 73 or 75, I think he said.
73. And they said 61. It's 61.
He
goes, we'll see after Saturday. I went 20 for 25, 3 touchdowns. But, hey, whatever. That's all we got today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in this week's Wire2Wire Sports Podcast. I'm the NFL genius, Gene Walzak. That's Kent State's own, Cleveland's own College Control, Uncle Shally, Scholastic Shally, Mr. William Shawcross, and we are signing out.